I just glanced at some bread when a steel cable shot straight through my chest. The killer even had the nerve to look down on me before dragging me across the floor. My butt was practically sparking from friction. But the next day, the killer was the one who got shot in the same spot. Dead as I was, I somehow came back to life and used the same move to send him to meet God. By now, I've died 139 times. Every single morning, I wake up at the exact same time, and right after that, a bunch of killers come for me. Some with knives, some with Gatling guns, some with bombs.
What's up, pretty boy?
Fucking weirdo dwarf, what are you doing?
Oh, I don't like that attitude.
You name it, I've seen it. At this point, I know their attacks by heart. I can dodge their strikes with my eyes closed, even block a knife with just my t-shirt. One time, I poured hot coffee on a killer's face and then tossed a knife right into the head of a gunman inside a helicopter. Easy work. The Gatling gun even jams after 8 seconds every single time, and the helicopter crashes into my room exactly 18 seconds later. I don't even need a clock anymore. After the helicopter explodes, I jump straight out the window and land in a garbage truck. But don't get it twisted, this wasn't smooth on the first try. I missed that truck 22 times before. Once, I even landed in the street and got flattened like a pancake by a passing truck. This time I nailed the landing, stole a sports car, and since I keep resurrecting anyway, I really don't care about laws anymore. The driver always screams the exact same line every time I kick him out.
I'm being hijacked!
Yes, you are.
But no one ever bothers to help him. Oh, and I always grab his sunglasses too. Gotta look cool while being hunted, right? That's when the next wave of assassins shows up, 2 sisters with guns. They've killed me 14 times before, and they're just one part of the nightmare. In one single day, I've faced 7 different waves of killers. I've been blown up by the bomb maniac Kaboom twice, murdered 3 times by my own clone, 8 times by the sword master Guanyin. Sure, I've managed to kill most of the others at least once, but Guanyin? Forget it. She comes out of nowhere, chops my head clean off, and then always says the same line like it's her catchphrase. I am Guanyin, and I have done this.
And Guanyin has done this.
Drives me insane every single time. Sometimes I actually manage to escape all those killers. And you'd think I'd use that time to figure out why they're all after me, right? Nope. What do I do instead? I head straight to a bar, order 2 bottles of China's strongest liquor, and drink myself into oblivion. I've tried fighting back before, but it's pointless. There are just too many assassins, all of them way too strong. No matter what I do, I've never survived past 12:47 p.m. So eventually, I just gave up even trying. I had a pretty good guess who threw me into this nightmare loop. My ex-wife, Gemma. She was a top physicist at Dino Labs. Just yesterday, I'd gone to see her at the lab. She was nervous as hell, begging me for help, but never saying what exactly she needed. When I wasn't paying attention, she even snipped off a piece of my hair. Then she looked at me and said, "I hope you stop wasting your life. Pull yourself together and become the man you used to be." Back then, I'd been in special forces, but after leaving the military, I was just a washed-up middle-aged loser. That's why she divorced me. But somehow, she'd given me another chance. Actually, scratch that. She'd given me unlimited chances. I even tried calling her, but instead her boss, Colonel Venner, picked up the phone. He just said, "Gemma is already dead. You're next." That's when I knew Venta was behind everything. But honestly, I still didn't have the drive to take him down. Every day felt like hell mode, and I couldn't even beat the first level until my 145th resurrection. So I ended up hiding out in an underground mall, just trying to avoid the killers. That's when I saw my son, Joe. Yeah, I hadn't been a great dad. I hadn't seen him in forever, and the guilt hit me hard. So I decided to walk with him. As we came out of the mall, I suddenly noticed the time. It was already 12:50. That was the longest I had ever survived. Why hadn't the assassins shown up yet? Then it hit me. Underground means no signal, which means there's a tracker inside me. And right at that moment, the assassins appeared. Instead of running, I just turned and hugged Joe tight. But it was already too late. They all opened fire at once, and bullets shredded my back. As I lay dying, I looked into Joe's eyes. And instead of pain, all I saw was his shock, sadness, and love. For the first time, dying actually felt good. Revival number 146. I grabbed one of the assassins and tried to force him to spill how they were tracking me. He kept his mouth shut all the way to the end, so no luck there. I went to a counter-surveillance friend and asked the obvious. If someone planted a tracker in a person, where would it go? He said, "Teeth." That's when I remembered the hot dentist from last night. She'd worked on my teeth during our date. Yeah, the tracker was in my mouth. I rushed to the bathroom and started yanking teeth out one by one. chasing each pull with a swig of the strongest liquor I could find. The pain was unreal. Finally, I hit the jackpot, the tooth with the tracker. From then on, I used that little thing as bait. I could predict their moves, flip the script, and send the assassins to meet God one by one. With the killers handled, time to go for the boss, Colonel Vinter at the lab. I slammed the gas, aimed for the perimeter, and boom, crashed straight into a wall. Met God instantly. Next run, I drove the car inside like a maniac. Dozens of guards opened fire, but surprise, I wasn't in the car. I'd rigged it with explosives and blew the checkpoint doors wide open. Didn't expect the head of security to be standing right next to me, though. Dear God, here I come again. Third try, I took out the assassin who looked exactly like me, put on his face, well, his outfit, and used his ID to sneak in. Elevator to the top floor. A burly guard asked me to swipe. I did. Access denied. He sent me to meet God on the spot. Fourth try, I shot the elevator guard first, stepped out, an entire firing squad waiting. I sent myself to meet God right there.
Never say die.
They were all stunned. Fifth try, I noticed the camera in the elevator. No wonder the welcoming committee never missed me. Sixth try, I disguised myself as the elevator guard early, slipped past the camera, and finally reached the hallway, where the Sword Queen Guan Yin was waiting. I had a gun. She had a blade. You'd think I'd win. Nope. She moved like lightning, sliced my pistol in half, and off with my head. Resurrection 152. I brought a submachine gun and sprayed the whole hall. She dodged everything, stabbed me, then took my head again. 153. I tried a rifle. Same result. After dying more than 20 times, I admitted it. Guns weren't beating Guan Yin. I needed a sword. So I found Dai Feng, a Wudong sword master and 12-time world champion. I begged her to teach me. She agreed because I was actually serious for once. We started with bare hands, pretending our fingers were blades. She beat me into the floor daily. When training ended, I'd just end myself and start over the next morning. Little by little, it clicked. I moved up to a wooden sword. Still got wrecked. Then my stance sharpened, my strikes landed, and on my 174th revival, I could finally hang for a few moves. After countless loops, we switched to real swords. 7 moves later, I actually defeated Dai Feng. I thanked her and headed straight back to the lab. Round 2 with Guan Yin. I put the gun down and pulled a sword off the wall. She came in fast. I stood my ground. 2 moves in, I shaved a lock of her hair. I tucked my left hand behind my back and fenced with one hand.
Motherfucker.
This time, she had no chance. My blade kept kissing her throat until I finally put her down. Then out waddles Colonel Vinter. Old guy, white hair, not exactly a fighter. I pinned him easily. He finally figured out why I'd become a monster. Gemma had fired up the lab's ultimate tech before she died, the infinite restart machine. He'd wanted it to rule the world, but she'd turned me into the guinea pig to stop him. Vinta grinned and added one more gift. He'd sent someone after my son, Joe. You're probably too late, he said. I finished Vinter and tore out to save Joe, but I was late. Joe was gone. Endless revivals, and I still couldn't save my own kid. I broke, and then the machine overloaded and blew, took the whole city with it. I revived again. After that, I stopped fighting. I let the first assassin kill me. Once, twice, 3 times, over and over. Then, one time, I stood back up. Enough. I needed to make things right, just like Gemma told me to. I went to Joe, talked to him, played games, bought snacks. When the city exploded, I just reset and spent another day with him. Day after day, I started to understand my kid. I actually learned how to be a dad. Then Joe mentioned something weird. His mom had called him that morning. Wait, Gemma. That meant she was still alive every morning. I still had a shot to save her. I rushed to the lab. After taking out Vinter and his men, I checked the security footage. Gemma was killed at exactly 7:14 a.m. I always wake up at 7 a.m. That gave me exactly 14 minutes to pull this off. Next reset, I sprinted like my life depended on it, because it did. I jumped in the helicopter and told the pilot to head straight to the lab. We arrived at 7:10. At 7:12, I opened up with the Gatling and wiped the assassins in 10 seconds flat. 2 minutes later, I blasted through the lab, clearing everything in my way. Right before Venter could shoot Gemma, I shot him first. Done. Saved Gemma. Stopped Venter. She hugged me and whispered, I knew you could do it. But we weren't finished. The machine was still about to blow. The only way to stop it was for someone to go into the core. Big risk. You go in, you might never come back. I looked at Gemma, thought of Joe. I wasn't the washed-up mess anymore. I was a husband and a father. Someone who'd give everything to protect his family. So I walked into the heart of the machine. Light swallowed me whole. Then, nothing. Fade to black.